Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We've got a special guest with us and we've literally just sat, chatted, answered your questions and done our makeup. So if you want to see us chat rubbish for 40 minutes,
literally,
enjoy the vid.
Bye.
Bye. Let's get ready.
Woo.
So we're going to answer some well I've already said this, just ignore me. Right, what are you going in with first?
This is Simple Soothing Eye Balm. It's a new favourite.
Oh okay, you're on to skincare still.
Yeah, but that's it now.
My skincare is on and I'm going to start with what I do is put some concealer on.
I'm gonna pin my hair.
Oh yeah.
Do you start with concealer? I start with brows.
Really? This will be really interesting to
Yeah,
see
'cause
how,
we've never got
and
rid of
like it'll be interesting to see how long it takes.
Mine's like really quick.
I don't know how quick mine is. I feel unsure.
I mean, if we're chatting though, it'll probably be longer. But as a whole, I'm a very quick get readier. I use Got To Be on my brows. This is the best, isn't it?
I just shove. I'll put all our products below. But I just put concealer on my blemishes and then I'm going to go in with the Primark Flawless Filter Dupe. And I just put that all over my skin where I don't have concealer and I let it sit for around like 3 minutes. We'll answer a question.
Do you think that you'll ever buy Flawless Filter? Because I've been thinking about whether I will or not.
Okay, well, it's funny you should say this. So, recently, I've been finding, I don't know why, but my makeup and my face is looking really red compared to my neck.
Yeah.
And I don't like I've been looking at my makeup and I think you don't look very nice. And that hasn't happened before. So I didn't know whether it was the tone of the Flawless Filter. So I'm spicing it up today. This is the first day I've used this since we bought it.
Right.
So I'm going to see if the colour's any different.
Right, I see what you mean.
Because if it's so, then I won't be buying Flawless Filter again. But if it's just like my concealer or like, I don't know.
Yeah, you need something different.
But because my skin's a little bit bad at the moment, guys, I'm gonna, when I go in with my brush, I put just one pump, so not a lot, of the Lasting Perfection Glow by Collection, and it's really nice. So I'll spray my face with Fix Plus, and then just one pump of this just to add that tiny bit of coverage. So yeah, so let's go in with an easy one. How did we meet?
Yeah, that I got that too.
Pardon? you okay?
No. Right, you start.
No, you start. Oh, do you know what?
Do we have a first memory of meeting? Do you?
Not of meeting, but my first memory of you is when you were laughing at me for playing with Luke and Connor.
Connor and Luke. Yeah, that's how it basically happened, isn't it? So
to give some context, I moved onto the street.
Right.
And we probably wouldn't have known we lived on the same street. Like I just probably moved. So Jodie was,
maybe I was in year 5, or maybe I would have been in year
4 or 5. I would have been. I'm sure I was like 9 or 10.
Yes, because you weren't in high school. You would have been.
Or did I just move into year 7? I think so. I think I was just in year 7.
No, I don't.
You can't have known when I was in primary school.
No, I'm sure.
Shut up.
Because I think like your primary school friends were your friends. I don't think the high school. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Like they were new people. Like, oh fuck.
Really?
I think so.
So
Well, that could be wrong.
I must have been like 11 then.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're 11 in year 6. You turn 11, don't you? I think.
Oh well, I would have probably been 10 because I'm younger. Right, well, anyway. God, why does yours look like that?
Because I got that.
Oh, it looks like Moose.
Yeah.
Okay, right, sorry. We're such ramblers.
Literally. So I remember, in context, I went to school with Connor and Luke.
But they're the same. Connor was
in my class.
And
Luke was in the year above.
Luke
so I knew that these 2 boys from my school lived in the street. And like, there were so many kids, wasn't there? So but I never really ventured down that area.
She played with 2 girls that lived at the top.
Yeah.
Well, or more than 2, whatever. And so I was kind of not new on the block, but like, I don't know why we didn't like each other. We fell out previously. Because we weren't names, but I'm sure I wasn't friends with... I don't know if we'd fallen out previously, but my earliest memory is the day Jodie texted me and was like, ha ha ha, look at you playing with Luke and Connor.
That's so nasty.
Fucking bitch. Absolute bitch she is. And I was like, yeah, well I am, or something. I must have been like. And then she must have said bye to her friend and then felt like she was being nasty because she texted me saying, "Do you want to meet up on the street?"
Oh, really?
You text me on the.
I can't imagine myself texting you saying, "Haha, you're playing with Luke and Connor."
You did. I remember it coming through. It gives me.
Really?
I have emotion when I think about it. Like I remember thinking the text, and I thought I was really sad because I thought really.
I don't remember the first time playing together or anything.
Because I don't mind like obviously I liked playing with Luke and Connor at the time because like I used to play like Xbox with them and stuff. Like I didn't mind because obviously I've got a lot of boys in the family. However, I probably did have a bit of FOMO, wanting to be friends with the girls. But they were just such bitches.
We always used to fall out, didn't we? Because
it was such a bitchy street, wasn't
there
it?
were like 3 of us who were all the same age, and 3 just doesn't work, does it?
No.
And you were the new girl on the block.
I really was. So, and then I don't remember us actually meeting and being okay. I don't remember that.
No, I don't. I remember a lot of like, we would make up and then like we would fall out with the other girl, and
Yeah.
it would be a lot of that.
We've never worked well in a
3
friend. This is just a
doesn't work.
history of us.
Yeah.
And why I think it is, it depends what kind of person you are, but like when I'm friends with someone, like when I'm really good friends, we're best friends. Like me and
like
Jodie are
texting
quite
all
like
the time.
passionate people. Like we didn't leave each other's side for reference, did we?
Literally.
Like we would have a sleepover almost every night. If it was like 6 weeks or
Half
like
man.
my mum was her mum, my
Yeah.
mum, you know, her mum was my mum. Like we both of us would call like our other mums like mum too.
Yeah,
like it was
we'd
that
do
sort
our
of-
homework together. There was no, Jodie, you got to do your homework. It'll be right. I'll take
Right,
it to me. It's
right, yeah. Jodie and Mia were together. We used to do everything together. So, and like one of the earliest memories I have, right, and this is one of our first little arguments. And I remember we'd been to town and we had a little argument. We'd been to McDonald's. And I think it's because we'd
used
spent.
to argue a lot together.
But I think it's because one, we were both little brats,
Yeah.
and secondly, we spent so much time together. It's normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I remember thinking like, oh, we fell out, and then I was like, should we have a sleepover tonight? And you were like, yeah, why not? And I remember then coming to your house with my bag, and everything was fine.
Yeah, that is literally what but we don't argue now, but when we were younger we used to argue and be like, we're not friends anymore, and then
Yeah.
we'd be like, do you want tea?
Yeah, what should we have for tea then? Mum's put it in the microwave for us.
Literally.
So, yeah, so that's how we met. We don't really fully know, but it would have been 2009 or 10,
Yeah.
which is frigging
Yeah,
crazy.
I would probably be like 8 or 9, wouldn't I?
So that's how we met. And then another few questions that all like, okay, how did you find it hard to reconnect after being apart for so long? So we'll go into that we were apart. So
Yeah.
when I left, I went to Somerset for reference. I was 12, yeah.
And at that point we were joint at the hip.
We were best friends, okay? Like, she was in year 7, I was in year 9, I'd just gone into year 9 and she'd just gone into year 7. And we were best friends, like we were so close that we did everything together. We had the same friends, like outside of school,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And obviously, like, we were like talking to boys, but like, because we were only literally like 12 and Jode was like 11,
Literally.
like, we didn't have, like, it wasn't serious, it was
No.
just maybe a peck.
Yeah. There was no.
Obviously anything else. So, I was like, Jode, I'm moving. Like, it was really sad, wasn't it? Like, we were,
and because it was all really fast, wasn't it? Like one day you were like, oh, my mum wants to move to Somerset.
and then it was like, it's happening in November, let's go. And like, we had a leaving meal, like, it was really upsetting. Like, Jode was like really upset, and then I remember keeping in contact for ages. Like, we did. I don't
Yeah,
remember it fully.
I remember you came up once.
And my granddad died.
Your granddad died. It was the worst thing. So you came to my dad's, didn't you?
Who was there as well?
It was Sophie.
Sophie.
And we were all on my bed, and you were like, my dad's getting me at 2, and then it would be like 3:30.
It was
and you were
like 9 o'clock at
it was
night,
going
wasn't it?
on and on, and I remember being like, oh my god, and then in the end it was
Your granddad's just died.
and we were like, we hadn't seen each other for what, like
No.
6 months, something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
this
when did
at this point it was probably maybe like a year. We hadn't seen each other,
when
maybe
did your
less.
granddad die?
I don't know what year it is. I was
It
only
would've-
young.
Was it like?
I think I was in year 9 or 10, so I reckon we hadn't seen each other. I think it was like early. I think it was like in the next year that I'd moved. So I moved in the November. It was
Yeah,
some point in
sometime.
that next year, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So then obviously my granddad died, and that was the last time we saw each other. Like, we just drifted. We didn't argue.
It is really hard to keep up a friendship.
So it's
and we
too
didn't
hard.
drive.
No.
Like all we could do was Skype.
And it's natural. Jodie had other friends. She was growing up. I'd gone to a new school and I was getting new friends.
So imagine if you'd have gone to Yeovil and thought, I've got a friend in Cannock, I don't need anyone else. Like,
literally. So then basically what had happened is when we moved up, obviously Jodie didn't know, we hadn't spoke for...
We hadn't, other than we'd say Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday.
Yeah. And even the last couple of years we didn't do that.
No, true.
Like, we did to
We'd
start
still
with.
say Happy Birthday to Mama.
Yeah,
and
right.
my mum and saw me in Tesco today and I'd be like, oh fucking hell, she must be here.
Yeah, so like, we kind of just accepted the relationship. It was not over, but like, kind of over. Like, we just not forgot about each other.
Well,
but
we never thought you would move back.
No, I never saw that in the lifeline. So then, basically, I obviously knew I was moving up. I was moving up with like no friends, and then like, while I lived down there, I would watch some of Jodie's YouTube videos or whatever, blah blah blah. And Dan was like, "Look, like you were such good friends when you were younger. Like just reach back out to her." So one night I messaged
I wonder
her.
if we could find that message.
I've got it on Instagram, surely. Should I see if I can find it?
I remember shitting myself that message. It was so random. I remember I was sat with my brother and my boyfriend, and it was like this big paragraph, and I thought, I literally, you know, in one of the messages you go, I didn't want to read it. I thought, what the hell?
I know. Well, I was so nervous to send it. What I'll do is, because I don't want to go off these questions, I'll try and find it and I'll put it on the screen. But I was like, hi Jodie, you know, I just wanted to say I've moved up. If you ever wanted to go for a coffee or anything, you know, like, it was that sort of message, wasn't it?
Just a polite like hi.
And I remember feeling sick, and then so we were like, yeah, let's meet up for a coffee, right? So that's what we were gonna do.
But do you think that would have happened if we hadn't have?
And then, right, so this is so out of character for me, by the way. I went to lunch at Boots, which is not near my work. I must have thought I want something different.
Yeah, I think you were getting a meal deal.
So.
And it was weird because I was getting ready, half ready, and then I thought, haven't got an eyebrow pencil, and instead of just going on with it, I thought, no, I need to go to Boots.
Which you would normally do. You would never. She wouldn't care.
But I thought, no, I need to go and get an eyebrow pencil.
So.
And I went to the Boots, not even by me. I think we went to Cannock Boots.
It was meant to happen, and oh god, it was awful. I was on FaceTime to my old friend, and I could see Jodie, and I'm like, we didn't even see each other until we were there.
Yeah, like we literally went.
I was like, and because like remember we've only spoke over message, we haven't seen each other for 10 years. Okay, we'd grown in the whole 10 years. Hello, did we hug?
I think we might have hugged. I can't remember.
I can't remember. So we bumped into each other, and it was so awkward. Jodie was like, "Oh, I'm just getting an eyebrow pencil," and I was like, "Oh, I need one of them." No, I didn't. I did not need an eyebrow pencil. But it was awkward. But I was like, "Oh, we'll have to meet up." Blah blah blah. Yeah, see ya. Yeah. It was really awkward. Like I could have been literally sick. And then I don't know who messaged who. I'll have to put some conversations on screen for some context. But I picked Jodie up from a house and I took her to Starbucks, and we literally, it was mad because I was so nervous, but we literally spoke for hours.
We literally said what had happened in 10 years. So.
It was emotional. We were both crying in the car. We were crying in the car.
We had so much to.
Look, obviously a lot had happened since we left.
Literally like our whole lives.
Joe, we both had big life changes go on in these 10 years, you know? Like, we've grown so much as people.
Like, we'd got boyfriends, like,
you know, we've had family members pass away.
Like dad had died.
Like, Jodie's dad had died. I hate to be so brutal, but like, when I was younger, Stu literally looked after me, remember? Like, Jodie's mum and dad were separated, so, and it was so weird because his house is literally was down the road from mine, even, like, I was bang in the middle.
Literally, so it would be my mum's.
I'd walk up to, you know, it was literally 20 seconds either way. So, like, we'd be at Stu's, we'd be at Deb's, like, they literally both looked after me, so, like, they were a big part of my life as well. And I remember seeing it on Facebook when it happened, and, you know, obviously, whatever it is, what it is, it was sad.
So actually that would have been the last time that we spoke.
Yeah. Yeah, because I messaged you, didn't I? So that was the last time we spoke when Jodie's dad had died, and obviously I messaged her out of respect or whatever. And then like, when she started explaining everything to me, obviously I cared about the man. Like, it was emotional. It was a lot of emotion come out. And then
we sat for hours, didn't we?
I'd say about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
We sat. We even we must have reconnected that much. We'd moved to the petrol station and we sat listening to songs.
We did.
We literally like, do you remember this?
Literally.
We literally.
It was like.
It was an instant connection. I hate to be like gay, but it was. And then, to be fair, like it was hard to fall into a routine in the sense of like we'd started training together, but obviously Jodie had her new other friends as well, and it was like obviously I've done or whatever. I was like working, and like at first that first day obviously I was excited, and I feel like it took a little while to get into a routine, but now we're just inseparable again.
Literally.
Like, it made me realise, like, you do, like, people just won't, like, might go out of your lives, but if they're meant to be there, they'll come back. Like, and it's not always a relationship case.
Literally, and I probably think if we would have stayed, if we would have stayed friends the whole time, we probably wouldn't be as good friends now. Because we were just so, like, we would just argue with each other.
Yeah,
whereas I think as, like, 15-year-olds... like it's good that we just did all that.
Yeah, and we've grown up so, like we're both, and what I was saying to Jode earlier, like we've come back like almost on the same life path.
Which is so weird.
Which I don't know if we would have been on the same life path.
We definitely would do YouTube, but we do it together, I reckon.
Like we're so alike, like we're not, but we are, it's weird. Like we've got very similar morals, like we're both real big family people, we've both got long-term relationships. Soul. We both have quite big money goals, like career goals.
Yeah.
Don't know, it's weird. We have very similar like life plans in a way,
but we've just planned apart.
Yeah, like we've come together to like, go on the rest of the journey almost.
Literally,
it's really weird, but it's made me realise. I know it's a bit cringy, but like, it's made me realise like how special our friendship is.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know what I mean? Because now I don't even. It's like having a boyfriend almost. You know, you don't have to think about them almost. Like I just know she's there. I know she's never going anywhere. I'm never. Even if we argue, can't see, but even if we ever have an argument now, it'll be, yeah, whatever. We might have a disagreement, but
you just get on with
we
it.
don't get angry at each other. I feel like we're very level with each other. It's so weird. Like, it's like a when you know sort of situation.
It is, and it's hard to find friends like that. Like I've had really good friends in the past, but like never.
We've never like replaced each other almost.
Literally.
And if I like, say for example, like best friends that I've had in the past. Have like either drifted or have gone for a reason, and this is the reason.
Literally.
Because obviously
to make way for me.
To make way for you. Like we've both got other friends, but like not best friends. Like
a best friend to me is when you're constantly.
Like a sister.
Literally.
Like a family member. Like I just walk into Jodie's house, like I live there, and she would do the same here.
It is like having a sister, and neither of us have a sister.
No, it's so strange, guys. So that is how we did. I mean, maybe we found it a tiny little bit hard.
I mean, I remember getting the message, and I remember being like to Ollie and James, like, I was like, oh my god, and I read it out, and like they were both like, oh my god, like that's so weird, and they both said the same. You're literally doing the same thing. Like we were both doing YouTube. Like we were both like into fashion. They were like, so you were best friends. You doing the same thing now. You're obviously gonna get on, like it won't be awkward, but I was like,
but it's just the fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're not awkward people, but we kind of are.
Yeah, we
like
kind
I feel like when we're put in a unfamiliar situation, we are a little bit.
It's the unknown.
Are you alright? We got no phone.
Yeah, you just can't.
Not that comfy.
I am comfy. I don't know
what's wrong.
I'm just faffing around.
So that's the. Let's see what else we've got.
That was.
Okay, another one that we both can say, how to get into social media and not worry what other people think.
You literally just have to post.
No, the way I look at it is, and I feel like you don't realise this, I mean some people realise it young, some people don't, like, you are here once.
Literally.
You could die tomorrow. Why know in your heart that you're unhappy and not doing what you want to do?
Want to do something.
But what I will say is what I don't like a lot of people do is if you are just doing social media because your favourite influencer is, or just because you think it'll be fun, it isn't actually very easy.
Yeah.
It might look it, but you don't see half the behind the scenes. You don't see the hate that we get. Then there's a lot of negatives too. Do you know what I mean? So what I would say is, unless you're actually deep down you want it to be a career, because you won't stick at it.
No.
If you think like,
I used to think the reason why I think I did it was because I remember a lot of, like, everyone watches YouTube, but I remember just inside always thinking, like, I want to do that, and other people would love it and be like, wow, they're so good and whatever, but they wouldn't have the inside, like, you want to do that.
You haven't got the urge to be like, yeah. And it I don't know, because like, if you want, we literally made videos.
We were making videos on fucking...
What was it called? Camware.
Yeah, Camware. We used to do like
filters. We used to do chipmunk singing. We used to do like the laughing challenge, the salt and ice. We used to video ourselves constantly.
We should have just put those on YouTube.
They're
on my Facebook.
I wish we did. We might include a couple of little clips here.
I'll try and screen record some.
So yeah, so my advice is, if you really want to do something, just do it.
Like, I remember I did it when we were in lockdown, and that was like one thing I thought, like, well, I can't walk out the house and no one's going to say like, haha, watch your video.
Well, yeah.
But obviously that can't happen now. But I just literally filmed one, edited it, and I just posted it. Like, I remember being on my story, like, I'm posting this tomorrow, and I thought, can't back out now.
Yeah, literally.
Just have to go.
You got to do it. And like, you don't know where it could take you. If it's the right path for you and you genuinely want to do it, then it doesn't matter how long it takes to succeed, it will come.
Literally.
As long, if you know in your heart, like, what's meant for you won't go past you, you know. And the thing is, people will probably judge you. People are going to judge you. Get over it. If you think everyone in life is going to like you, then you're having a laugh.
Literally. But I remember being very, like, oh, like, what are people who I went to school with kind of thing, because I was at uni at the time. But honestly, as soon as I posted, all the people that I thought would be like, haha, I mean, they might have been behind my back, but they was all messaging me, I wish I could do that.
You can do it though. I hate when people say that. It really pisses me off.
Wish I had the confidence. And I thought, well,
because we're not the most confident people in the world, but when you enjoy something, you've just got to pursue it. Literally. And another question is, that I just saw, is people said, like, how do you keep so positive? Which, we aren't the most positive people in the world, it's not that, but I feel like we've come on a big journey of, like, self-growth almost.
Yeah, and self-assurance.
Like
we're just...
How would you explain it? Again, that's another thing, we're very similar in the sense of, like, the way, like, we manifest and the way we, like, see life.
Yeah, because we were both even manifesting.
Yeah, when we met each other.
Which is quite
I remember the first day, I was like, Jode, how do you... That day... How do you manifest?
Wow.
I was like, do you find it hard? I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, how did, like, we never knew this.
We both just know what we want, know what we'll get, and I don't know, you just got to keep going for it.
And another thing, like, when I was younger, I feel like, you know, we won't go into much detail, but, you know, I used to struggle with, like, being down, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but now I think, why? I almost thought it was, like, trendy to be sad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? I almost thought it was like, oh, I feel sorry for me, like a bit of attention seeking, and I just think, no, like, you radiate when you're happy.
Literally.
Like, you're never, like, if you get attention when you're sad, that's great, but
it's,
you're not...
You want attention for being, like, so happy,
yeah,
and, like, thriving.
And we're not positive all the time, but there's always a silver lining, and, like,
always a silver lining.
If it's, like, a bad day, that's fine, you swallow in your bad day, but you know tomorrow's a new one, and, like, it will always get better.
It will always get better.
I was watching Jodie's video this morning, and when you were on about saying, like, you know, the best days in our lives haven't happened, and they haven't.
Mia hasn't got married.
We haven't got our first proper house to live in. We haven't had our babies. We haven't been on the dream holiday.
Imagine when the babies meet.
We haven't bought. We haven't literally bought our wedding dress. We haven't bought our property in LA. We haven't been on an American road trip. There's so many things. Like, you've never bought your first dog.
Literally. So, like, there's bad days,
of course.
But there's always good days on the horizon.
If you think anyone's happy all the time, you've just got to pick your days wisely. Like, if you're sad, why are you sad? And if you're sad for a long time, what is upsetting you? Can you change it?
Yeah.
What can you do to help yourself? Don't swallow in your sadness.
Especially if you can change it and you're not choosing to or make an effort to.
Yeah.
That is like...
If you're just feeling sorry for yourself, like, oh, I don't like my body, don't like this, go and get lipo. Go and exercise. You can do anything, you know. And the only thing I find that, you know, when you can't change is maybe if you're really poorly or something, which is awful. But then, you know, you try and put your mindset, I will be okay. Yeah. That's all you've got, your mindset. You've just got to, like, train it to be positive.
As soon as you lose your mindset, you lose everything. Like, you really have to work, don't you, to have
Literally.
a good mind.
Literally. It's crazy.
It's so powerful.
I would say start listening to podcasts, start listening to...
You need to find something that makes you feel good, don't you?
Yeah, like we really like Mel Robbins, we like some certain podcasts, we like books, self-discovery books, like even like there's loads of books I could put down like, below for you. There's the Good Vibes, Good Life one, The Secret.
That one's so good.
Watch The Secret on Netflix. We've got The Mountain Is You. There's so many books, isn't there, you could read, guys. Just don't think it's cool to be unhappy is my biggest thing.
Definitely not. When
you're happy, you will be glowing.
You know what I thought was cute? Someone said, describe each other using every letter of the person's name.
Okay. Oh, this is fun.
Isn't that cute?
Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
No, you can go first.
Okay. Let me think of words. J, because I'd say for joyful, because whenever I see you, like, there's never a day where you don't make me smile or laugh.
Oh, thanks.
So, J for joyful. O because she's optimistic. You're very, like, because sometimes when I feel a bit up, down, maybe more than Jode or whatever, she'll be like, no, come on. She's very like, no, we'll look at this way.
Yeah, I am very like that. I think that's from being like an older sibling as well. Like, it's like, come on, pick yourself up.
Yeah,
We're
whereas
all right.
like my parents probably had to do that for me.
Yeah.
I've like never had that. D, and this isn't a bad way, but different in a good way, because I think, like, I feel like we as a person, you're not like anyone I've ever met, but in the best way.
Yeah.
Like, there's not another you.
There is no other Jodie.
No. And I know there isn't, like, that's a fact, but like there is no other you. Like, I've never met anyone like you. That's alright. Independent. She's so independent. She's such an independent person, obviously, with things that have happened, and she's the older sibling, and like, because her mum and dad split up, obviously when your mum and dad split up, I had to do the same. You help your mum a lot, and when you've got a younger brother, she'd help her when like your mum was working, blah blah blah.
Yeah, you like, when your parents split up, you
pick
almost
up a bit of a role, don't you?
Yeah, like you become like your younger siblings, like extra parent. Like, come on, what have you got for school? Like, we need to take it to the other person's house.
Whereas, like, for me, like, I would be independent, but for myself, I'd have to put on my own sandwiches because my mum was at the hospital, blah blah blah, you know. So, and E, let me think.
Can't think of one for N for you. I have a good
N?
I. N.
Oh, I thought you said N. I thought I don't know.
That's not even
It's
my
been
name.
with a friend. E, I'm gonna say extraordinary.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say that.
Did you? Or excellent? No,
That's
extraordinary
fine.
is better. Extraordinary is well fun.
Okay, let me think of one for M, but I'll say for I, you always want to know, like, you're very intrigued.
Oh my god.
She's like, why is that? I'm gonna have to Google that.
I ask so many questions.
But we're always learning.
Yeah.
What's that?
Intellectual.
Google it. We are. So but we probably are that together. But very I don't know, is that
Intrigued.
Yeah,
like,
intrigued. Like, you always like, well, what's that?
Yeah, I ask a lot of questions.
And like, you've got a lot of, you know, what's the Barocca good for? Well, I'll tell you what it's good for.
I think it's because I'm not that clever, so things I'm interested in, I really have to know, like, to be able to have an opinion on it almost, because you know, and then people that just know things.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people, so yeah, a bit thick. So I have to really dig deep into the why until I understand it.
M. M. Yeah.
Magnificent.
There's not really many M words.
Magical.
Oh, mystical.
Mystical Mia.
Mystical mirror. No, let's say magical.
Really?
You are a very unique soul, and I'm not a very good grip of those. And I feel like you're very trusting in the universe. There's a lot of magic.
There is a lot of magic, that's true.
And I.
Arsehole.
Arsehole. I, amazing. I feel like my letters were a lot easier. I
afraid to be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, we're different but we're not. And I also think, don't be friends with someone just because you think you should be friends with someone.
Yeah.
Be with someone who makes you feel good. Like, in a relationship, you want to be with someone who makes you feel the best you've ever felt. You need
I
that.
could be aesthetic. I'll give you that.
Really? Wow, that's... that is all I strive for in life.
Yeah, you can't be friends, and like, don't be friends with someone just because you've been friends with them for 3 years.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. Like, if someone isn't a good friend, then
They're not a good friend.
Yeah.
Get out of my life. Literally.
But how? I mean, we talk all day, every day.
If you think, I wonder if me spoke to Jodie, we have.
We've
We
been
text good
texting-
morning and we text till good night.
Yeah.
There's never a time where we're not chatting. Like,
And like, there's just all, I don't know. We never
I've
run out
never
of things
thought-
to say. Like, the boys always say, God, they don't shut up.
yeah.
Like, when we're together, me and Mia we could literally sit here for a week.
So much to talk about.
There's so much to talk about.
Because we have, like, obviously we talk about YouTubers, we talk about plans, we talk about, like, business plans, we talk about our future, we talk about,
Yeah.
you know, there's just...
And then everything else that we would talk about, like, oh God, I've had an argument with my mum. Like, there's always something.
Another one is career advice. So this girl is doing marketing for a family business, similar to me, and she wants to start a side business. Like, just start it, babe.
I think I always say to everyone, like, find something you love and make that your job.
Yeah, literally.
Whether it's
Because you won't feel like you're doing a work in your life.
You'll never feel like it will be hard, but you'll never feel like that feeling. Like, Mia literally wakes up and thinks, for fuck's sake, I do not want to
I hate going to work, but you know, I've started UGlow, I'm trying to pursue social media and I'm doing all I can. I'm being
Literally.
sensible because we like nice things, we like going out for food, so I'm not going to just, you know, leave the company I'm at and think, oh fuck it, because I'm sensible as well. Be sensible,
but pursue.
But if you're in the position where you can leave the place you're at for good and you can get away with it, you know, to pursue your business, do it. The risk will always pay off if it's 100%. Meant to be, won't it? And how to be not scared of what people think. How did you feel about when I started my business? How did I feel? We were saying this the other day, so we had a business meeting when we first started UGlow. I randomly said to Jodie one day, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to start selling lip gloss. And she was like, right.
What can we do?
Right, let's talk about this. How do we go about it? And the process, I wish I could remember that well. Like, it's nearly been a year.
Yeah, it has. I remember we went to Costa and we literally sat and we just like made a list of everything. That's what we're like, aren't we? Like, we make a list. What do we need
try
to
and be
do?
as organised as you can to an extent. Like, I'm not that organised. Jodie's the organised one in our relationship.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, we need
Logo.
to make an email address, a logo, a website.
Is the Instagram free?
Yeah, like just things like that. Like, you need to make a list of everything you need, and then
think what your aesthetic. I made a mood board.
Literally,
What do you
this is
want
what I
the
want it to
business
look
to
like.
be? Do you want it to be
like colourful and funky, or like
like
really calm?
I went with minimal. Like,
Yeah.
mine's very minimal, beige, aesthetic.
Yeah.
That sort of vibe, isn't it? So I would say, and do you know what? I did think a little bit what will people think, but I thought, who cares?
Who cares?
I don't care. Like,
I mean, and they literally have no. Like, what are they gonna? They wouldn't know if it was a multi-million pound company
No.
or whether it was making nothing.
no. And do you
No
know
one
what?
knows.
Like, what I would say is, like, even if, like, family members will surprise you by not supporting your business. That's all I'm going to say. Like, not everyone's going to support you. So if you're going into it thinking everyone's going to support you, they're not going to.
No.
But the people who do are the ones that matters, and they're the ones you've got to be grateful for. And if anything, it'll make you grow as a person, because it's kind of taught me not value of money, but it's taught me, like, I feel it's quite educational. Like, you're teaching yourself, you've got to sort taxes out, you've got to sort, like, paying for materials. You get, like, I have to pay every time I get thingy, sometimes up to £150 on top of what I have to pay of custom charges. Like, nothing, I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah. You always.
I'm done.
Are learning. I just need a lip liner.
I feel like you jump on.
Yes, please.
What to? You learn a lot as a business owner, I feel, or like doing anything. You just learn a lot. Let's see what else there is. So our advice is just
Someone
bloody
said
do it.
If you would start a business together, what would you do? Next question.
Next question. TBC'd. That's all. Okay, this is a good one. Why did none of you drink alcohol? I always get FOMO seeing my friends go out, but I get... Oh, she's run out. Hang on. But I get anxiety when I do go out. I'm stuck in a cycle. We do not drink.
Yeah, no.
For example. We have drunk in the past and I've been smashed out my face.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the hangover. And I just don't enjoy the situation of feeling out of control.
That's exactly like me. Like when I was 14, 15, 16, I would get drunk every weekend.
Me too.
House parties, like going out.
But now
and
I just think of anything worse.
Like I just thought one day, like I don't like this. I don't like being hungover. And like my boyfriend will still go out and get drunk, but I'm just happy with a Coke.
But do you know what? This is another thing. It's not being like that's when you're with not the right person because you're not kind of with around the right people because like we've attracted each other because we don't like drinking almost.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Like that's like another thing we both don't do.
So do you know my advice is if the only time you're seeing your friends is when they're out and getting drunk, you're with the wrong people.
Yeah, like you need a friend you can go and get a Starbucks with.
We
go to the gym.
We go on multiple coffee dates a week.
Literally.
We would work out. We would do anything in this world together.
Literally go shopping, like
shopping. Just
even
go
if
to
it's go for
Primark.
lunch.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be brunch?
And it doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
Go to Subway.
And
That's
your
still
friends
fun.
should appreciate that you don't want to drink, and like you shouldn't feel anxious around your friends.
No.
That's like a big red.
A big red flag.
Yeah.
You should literally be comfortable in each other's skin. Like you should literally be able to just sit around each other's house and talk about absolute shit.
But also, if you don't want to drink, you should still. Like I used to go out with my friends who all got drunk, and I wouldn't feel awkward or out of place. Like I'd just be a bit like, oh come on now. Like if they were really drunk, like let's go home.
So
I wouldn't feel awkward.
No,
so.
for an example, me and Jodie, when we go out with the boys, Dan and Ollie will get drunk, and me and Jodie will have a Coke.
Yeah.
We're designated drivers, we don't mind.
No,
we know
we
we're
just sit
safe.
there.
I like to know when I can go home and stuff as well.
Too. But I guess it is nice to have someone who isn't drinking.
Yeah.
Like we have each other when we do go out with the boys. But I mean, so what's her actual dilemma? She feels sad. She's
getting FOMO because she doesn't like drinking, but she doesn't really want to go out. She has a bit of anxiety and she doesn't like drinking.
Right.
So
the first protocol I would say, encourage your friends to do something else with you that doesn't involve
So
drinking.
then when they do go out, you don't feel FOMO, or if they're judging you for having a Coke, then they're not very good friends.
No, they're not. No.
That's
I hate that. Why aren't you having a drink?
I was just gonna say, like, why don't you even pretend you've got a vodka
Yeah,
Coke? But even so, you shouldn't have to.
I know.
If that helps you, just be like, oh yeah, I'll have a vodka Coke in a second.
Yeah.
To the bar.
Literally. Who's gonna know?
Who's gonna know? Even just have water and say it's lemonade and vodka, nobody's gonna know.
No, definitely not.
Let's see if there's any more. We have more.
Are you both going on holiday together? Hopefully.
Yeah, we're planning on it. We've just got waiting for the time frame a little bit. All will be revealed. But another one says that you'll hate this one. My friend says she doesn't want to listen to my problems as she has enough. That is a bad friend.
That is a bad friend.
If I've got something going on, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't not want to listen to your best friend's problems.
We sit and talk sometimes about the same problem 100 times.
Yeah. We probably... And I never get bored.
That's what a friend is. Like,
yeah. And like, if I've got problems, it's nice to hear about someone else's problems and that you can talk each other's problems. Oh, well, I'll help you with this. Like, what do you think about my problem?
Literally.
Talk to each other. Your friend should never... And like, another one is, should you step away from a friendship? You should step away when they're not serving you.
Yeah, that's my rule. If you feel like they're not being a good friend, then they're not worth even having a friend.
If you feel sad on multiple occasions from that friend, they're not making you feel good.
If you feel unsupported, like uncelebrate, anything like that.
Yeah, like your friends, like say like if I do something good, you know, Joe will be like, wow, well done. You know, they should support your wins, support your losses, like support everything, but tell you when you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
They should just be real with you, like how you think a good friend is, like in your heart. If you aren't feeling like you're getting that, step away.
Yeah.
Because if I said 100%. To Joe, like, you know, this, but on the other hand, also communicate, like say if I was like, Joe, sometimes I don't feel like you're, like, I don't know, listening to me, or you're not appreciating this, she'd be like, oh, okay, sorry, I am, but I'm not telling you I am. Yeah. And then you could maybe, then when she'd be like, oh, thank you so much for doing that, then it elevates it.
It's like with your boyfriend.
You've got to treat it the same.
Literally.
It's literally the same, but without sex. That is the exact same.
Well, that,
and kissing.
Literally.
that is the exact same, isn't it? There's no difference.
No,
you've got to treat them exactly the same. They're both just as important as each other. You know?
Friends are very important.
So
and I feel
important.
like in this stage of our lives, it's really important to have a friend.
And it's hard to make time for other people other than your boyfriend when you're in some phases of your life. But then when the right person's there, it's not. We see each other about 5-6 times a week, and we still have more than enough time for our boyfriend. It's just sort your priorities out, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think when you've been in a long-term relationship,
it's a lot easier. I'm going to see Mia tonight, so I'll see you tonight.
See you later.
And Ollie will be like, oh, I'm going out with the boys. And I'm like, okay, I'll see you Mia.
Yeah. See you at tea.
Yeah. So we've got a few more dilemmas, but I feel like we'll have to save that for another video or another time, because we've been filming for 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. It's a long video, guys. So, I know we haven't really spoke about the products.
I'll send you my...
Yeah, I'll get Jo to send me her links, and we'll put everything down below. We're both like glowy. We go for really glowy makeup. We like a lot of blush.
Yeah.
I don't know, both like feathery eyebrows. I feel like the only difference is that I have brown eyes and she has blue. You know?
Probably. We literally
and like, we're such different face shapes. Dan says I've got a pea head.
Yeah, you have got a very round head.
I've got a little pea head, and yours is like oval. Because your chin's more pointier than mine, but yours is just more structured, whereas I'm like a little pea.
I hope you enjoyed it. This is our first
ever get ready with me, which is crazy.
We'll definitely do more because it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? And it's made. I can't believe it's been 40 minutes.
I normally do this in 15.
Literally. I get in at 6:30 from my walk and I'm ready for 7.
Literally.
Like, I'm ready to go out the door. I'm going to do one more.
Oh, I'm scared.
Do you know what I tried the other day? That the Bondi Sands SPF over your face. They sent it to me. I can't smell it, you're alright. Do you know what? I woke up this morning and I smelled a bit like onions.
Oh, really?
I think it's because, right, so I put this Child's Farm baby moisturiser on because of my eczema, and where I'd sweated in the night, it smelled like oniony, vinegary sweat. It wasn't very nice.
I get what you mean.
But, whatever.
What can you do?
I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Let me know anything. Hang on.
Let me know whatever videos you want me to film.
You finish it, because I'm
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe down below.
And go and follow Jode.
Yeah.
See you next time.